When I was recording my food forest course this spring, we turned this area around this beautiful Thai mulberry into an island of fertility, and we planted in some fast growing crops so we can get quick yields in this permaculture food forest. There's not much to look at in here right now, but earlier in the season, before the drought and before fall, we pulled a bunch of jelly melons out of here. We pulled some eggplant out of here. And now I'm gonna pull sweet potatoes out of here. Quick yields in the food forest. We're not just waiting for this tree to produce. No, we're doing it first year. Got a few potatoes. We only put a few slips in here because the potatoes can be a little bit aggressive as ground covers go. And we had a bunch of other stuff in here earlier. But still, we didn't work for these. We just stuck them right down there in the mulch. Let's see, I know there's another one in here. There we go. Oh, look, it's so cute. You can actually see beneath the ground here, this is still pretty dry. We had a really dry couple of months, and pretty much everything else is dying back pretty quickly, kind of entering into fall early. But sweet potatoes are pretty hard to kill. Get a few potatoes. I got some leftover cane remnants that I'm going to use to plant more sugarcane from my friend Marcus when we did a cane boil this weekend. So those are going to go to the side, and then the rest of this truck bed is filled with baggesse, which is what's left over after you press out sugarcane. So that is going to go onto the island to continue to build the soil fertility up and break down over the winter. And in spring, this area is going to be even richer, so our potatoes will be bigger next time around. I need a bed that dumps. Hi guys. My sister Linda told me I should remember to say, like and subscribe. So like and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button and even the bell. Thank you. So if you didn't grow the amount that you hoped to grow, the answer is to grow your fertility. So wherever you don't have the best yields, add some more fertility, and this will help immensely. And of course, not every year is a drought year too, so combination of some nice spongy organic matter like this is going to break down into, plus maybe some extra rain, we should get better potatoes out here if we decide to do it again. But even if we don't, it doesn't matter that much, because we've got this beauty berry over here, we've got this pretty little flower over here, we've got some gingers, we've got a little chestnut over there, we've got a mulberry right here. And there's plenty more perennials we can tuck into here. We can put pockets in this and stick more perennials in and just keep expanding this food forest island. And it'll become rich and beautiful, and it's no-till and all that good stuff. Remember, if you plant those fast yielding crops in your food forest, you're not gonna have to wait all the years for food. Take advantage of the sunlight while you have it, improve the fertility of the soil as quickly as you can, and get in some annuals or fast-growing perennials that can get you a lot of food before you even see the first fruit on your apples. If you want to see the entire food forest course, I will put a link below. There is a 7-day period that you can join our group and you can see it for free. For 7 days, you can just watch it all if you want to and then never talk to me again. But if you do decide to stick around, it's very useful. We do Zoom calls, I answer questions in person, and there's a lot of exclusive videos up in our Survival Gardener community. So I'll put a link to that. Thanks for joining me. Have you tried planting an island in your food forest? Leave a comment below. I love this method of just taking it one bite at a time. It's a great way to eat an elephant or to start a food forest. Catch you all next time, and until then, may your thumbs always be green.